Y'all knew this was coming. My main man T343 Chromakopia. It dropped and it was heat. Y'all knew I was making this video, and I knew it from the second I heard it at 6 a.m. in the morning. Chromakopia, it's heat. It is heat. I'm here. It's time. We going in. Chromakopia. Chromakopia. Chromakopia.
Worst rapper to ever spit on an open mic. Worst rapper to ever get on so many likes. Worst rapper to ever blow up an overnight. And when my D swell, my D12 friends but Obi Trice.
It's so satisfying when your favorite artist genuinely cares about you and what they think of their music, or what you think of their music. No lies, just dropping music when they say they're gonna drop music, and not only dropping music when they say they're gonna drop it, dropping good quality music. They don't always drop, but when they do, they do. And when they do, it's amazing. And being a Tyler fan is the emphasis of that. When this nigga says he's gonna drop, he's gonna drop. He might have broke the cycle to 2-year drop cycle, but man, was the wait worth it. This year after getting the estate sale, I thought we weren't getting shit for 2024. But then October comes around and this nigga drops a single, a damn teaser trailer for a whole new album. And he drops another single, Noid. And Noid is amazing, trust me. I'm gonna get there. This is probably gonna be a long ass video. I'm gonna get there. But Noid, incredible single, incredible visuals as well for Tyler. This album in general just has incredible visuals. The fucking Thought I Was Dead music video, incredible. Bro, the promotion for his album was so short, yet so calculated, and yet so well done that it captivated all of us. And he was gonna drop it a week after. He was gonna drop the shit on a Monday, and he did. A Monday morning. How many niggas do you know are ballsy enough to drop an album on a Monday morning? And trust me when I say this, believe me when I say this, Chromakopia was worth every hour of sleep that I lost that morning because his album was amazing. With most, if not every single Tyler album, you could tell he had a lot of fun with production and just wanted to experiment and do whatever the fuck he could and do it good. And that is so well emphasized on this, because I haven't had this much fun listening to Tyler songs, instrumental specifically, since like Igor or Wolf or Call Me If You Get Lost. But like, bro, and this album is arguably Tyler's realest album because he was spitting some deep shit on here, some heartbreaking shit even, and we finna get into it right motherfucking here, my nigga. So let's get into it right now.
Chromakopia, Chromakopia.
Starting off with saying Chroma, the intro track and the teaser track that was teased at first, it's a good ass intro. Not only to give off vibes of what this album's gonna be like, but it gives off vibes of Call Me If You Get Lost and 4 Words intros. Flower Boys intros. What I mean by that is not only is he talking his shit, and I mean he's talking his shit here, but he's also reminiscing and thinking, what if he just stopped music right now? What if he quit? That nigga said, fuck what y'all talking about. I had bread since I was 19. For us, I could make it out, and I believe that nigga. Mama, I'm finna make it out. My nigga T said, fuck tradition, stop impressing the dead. Whatever path you wanna lead, you lead it. Don't let the past and the niggas, the front runners, run it for you. Do what you want and break the motherfucking mold. In his last words on the second verse, he's asking, he just needs time to figure himself out. So with that being in mind, does he keep this light on? Does he keep putting out music and putting out art? Or does he bow out and quit, retire from now on to really find himself before he even thinks about making art again? And then right after that, Daniel Caesar comes back. Oh my god, he's amazing on this song. Do you feel that light? That fire inside? Can you feel it, my nigga? Because it's in there. He's gotten this far and he doesn't seem to be playing to stop now, but his light is slightly dimming and he sees that and he's in fear of it. He's in fear of his art being worse because of it. But no matter what, in the end, he's still gonna keep going, because don't let nobody dim your light. Don't let nobody stop your art. Nobody can stop it except you. And until then, keep going. And then that beat switch with the guitars come in and the drums, my nigga. On to track 2, Ratatata is a fucking banger, my nigga. This track is kind of like Dogtooth in a way, but way more extreme, to the sense of Tyler's not playing around here in the instrumental. With his lyrics prove that. This nigga is just like me, bro. He said he's a bona fide face seat, a box muncher. I feel him. Hashtag E. Besides some notable lyrics, it's just Tyler talking his shit, but there is some foreshadowing on this bitch. Like, for example, verse 4, you moving sloppy if you getting sloppy where you sleep at. Never tell niggas or those women where you be at. Cause look, Then look at the next track. After the amazing transition from Ratatata, at the end of that track, we get into Noid, the second single that was dropped for this album. Paranoid is the standout track for this album, at least one of them, as it talks about Tyler's paranoia of being who he is at his status and the thought of people, not even the thought, the actions and things people do to him just because he's Tyler the Creator, ignoring his personal space and invalidating him as a person just because he makes good music, thinking they know him and being able to do whatever they want to him when they see him, or just in general because he makes good music and not thinking of him as a person. He's paranoid of what they could do to him, not just what his fans could do to him, but what people that don't like him could do to him. Like, you sing my songs and you think you know me, but you don't. You heard Answer and you think you know me. You think you just like me, but you're not. We're not the same person. You don't know me for real, and I don't know you for real. So let's not act like we're best buddies. That parasocial relationship you have with me, please lose it. Because if you meet me one day and think it's gonna stay the same way how you think it is in your mind, it's not. You will be sorely mistaken. And the music video for this song expresses all those themes perfectly. Him watching over his back, Io Abrady pulling up on this nigga with a gun and phone in hand, trying to take pictures, but also threatening this nigga at the same time. Him checking all of his windows, closing his blinds, running for his fucking life because he's paranoid. And of course, Miss Willow Smith sounds amazing on this track as usual. She's the backing vocals. And the sample for this track too is amazing. Look it up. And on to the next track, we got Darling I. And now we get to the In Love section of this album, and it's an amazing start. Straight from the jump, Tyler tells us that whatever you do, don't tell nobody you love them if you don't meet him. And that's some real ass advice. After the beautiful and jolly ass chorus with T's touchdown, we get to the short ass first verse, which is just T questioning if he wants to commit to the current relationship he's in. He's not sure if he can handle being tied down forever, a thought that a lot of niggas have. And that thought gets emphasized in the second verse, where he cleverly uses cars as a stand-in for girls, and how he loves all of them, but can't commit to just one car, especially forever. He knows that mindset isn't perfect, nor is he. He still has a lot of work on himself, and he is just a human being. He likes his alone time. He likes the girl he's with for the moment, but he knows he'll get tired with her eventually. So until then, he'll just be alone at home with his Grammys. And damn, is that a bar? Stop dick riding. My fault. But as T talks about not being able to commit, the next track deals with that head on. After Tyler's mom tells us to wear a condom, which is really helpful advice considering who just got elected, we get into verse 1. Tyler starts talking to a girl, Jane specifically, saying that news of her being pregnant shocked him, left him in a daze, but it didn't fully scare him as he was still there for her. And it shows in the next verse. We'll get there soon. We continue with Tyler's message to the girl saying that with this happening, he's at least glad it happened with her, as he starts describing everything he loves about her, the good qualities that will surely reflect on their kid if they go through with this, the things they can relate to each other with. He goes on to say he's disappointed with himself for not pulling out, because he's never this careless, but the one time he is, he ends up here. He's scared of losing his freedom, stressed out about not knowing where his future will go after this, petrified of what can happen to his career due to this. Then he snaps back to reality. He realizes he isn't the only one that has to deal with all this stress. Jane has to go through the mental, and more specifically, physical stress of pregnancy. He ends off the verse with saying no matter what option she chooses, whether it's to keep it or abort it, he'll be right by her side no matter what. Now in the second verse, we switch perspectives, as now we're seeing through Jane's eyes. She thanks Tyler for comforting her and is grateful that this happened with him instead of anyone else. She starts naming all his qualities about Tyler and what she likes about him, asking him if she could just have the baby and they could keep it a secret. Niggas always trying to copy the champagne poppy. He's 35 and unsure if she'll ever have the chance to reproduce after this, and if she lets it go, she'll regret it for the rest of her life. She knows it. She knows when she was 24 something happened, but she cuts herself off by saying that she never wants to go through that again. The event likely being an abortion or a miscarriage, remarking how she could go through this alone, just like how Tyler's mom did, how her own mom did, because she doesn't need Tyler's money. She doesn't need his status. She can do this all alone to make this less complicated for him. Adding on that pushing people out of her life was always a bad habit she could never get rid of. She says she's scared to make this choice, calling it a lose-lose situation, because she'll either lose the kid or T. So she asks him, she pleads with him, no matter what decision she makes, just promise that they stay cool no matter what. No matter what choices she makes, no matter if she decides to keep this baby or not, please just stay by me. Stand by me, no matter what. Man, the fact that this is only the 5th song on this fucking album is crazy. This beautifully put together song of two lovers that got to #freaky and dealing with the aftermath of it and maturely discussing what their next move is about to be. In the end, while one side asks for them to still be on good terms after all this, and the other side says that they'll be good no matter what choice they make. This is a good song. This nigga's the GOAT. Then there's I Killed You. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When I heard this shit for the first time at 6 in the morning, I had no clue what bro was talking about. Fucking idiot. But after running it back and paying attention, this nigga is to go. Give him his fucking granny right now. If the intro didn't give it away, the first few lines of the first verse definitely spell it out for you. He's talking about hair, specifically black hair. The song goes over the significance of our hair and the struggles of living with our hair through this world that looks down on our hair and thinks less of us because of it, causing us to do the same, aka cutting it off, or in this instance, killing it. It's a beautiful, short and sweet song that calls back to the intro of not letting anyone dim your light for nothing. He goes over all the classic hairstyles like Jerry curls and Mimi's that barely exist anymore due to being deemed corny and ugly and end up being faded away, aka being killed. We cut our hair to fit into society, so those that look down on us and our culture will accept us into their bubbles, giving us better opportunities. And that's a no-no, my nigga. You don't need to sacrifice yourself, especially for the approval of those that never truly care about you. Make your own path, keep your identity and your culture intact. Like the album says, don't dim your light for no fucking body, no matter what. I really hop into a storytelling back with this album, bro. This song gives me how much dollar cost vibes from To Pimp a Butterfly. Taylor starts to start off immediately with verse 1 saying he met a girl named Judy, that she was everything he liked in a woman, especially in the fact that she doesn't judge him. So therefore, he won't judge Judy. Ha ha ha. Ha ha, D-Mob, you're so funny. You're so fucking funny, nigga. Shut up. Shut up. Next verse goes over how he took her home and he started getting #freaky. And that her kinks and body counts none of his concern. She could ride his face. He don't want nothing in return. After the second chorus, Tyler remarks how she's just like him and that he can't judge her for that reason. But one day she wrote him a letter. Next verse, we switch perspectives again. Now we're Judy talking to Tyler. And she says she enjoyed the time they spent together. But over the year, it spread towards her head. And that by the time he's reading this, it's too late. He thanks him for the memories and hopes he lives his life being as true to himself as possible with no regrets. As with her life, she wasn't living with her true self until it was too late. She wishes him the best. Wishes that despite this, he doesn't dim his light for no one no matter what. Damn. Hopefully the next song isn't as depressing. It's getting sticky. We got a motherfucking posse cut, yes sir. When I tell niggas this is the hardest song of the year, I mean it. Euphoria got some competition. The band kid in me is just orgasming at this song. This shit screams marching band. I could see myself going crazy on a bass drum performing this on a football field. The instrumental is crazy, my nigga. The table smacking, the clapping, the stomping, the yelling, it's all so perfect. If you don't like the song, you're just not blind. That neat beat change when the tuba comes in at Tyler's last verse, it's everywhere, bro. It's everywhere. Someone could clean this shit up. Tyler has the most and longest verses on here, but best believe everyone made sure they turned in some good shit for this assignment. I was ecstatic when I heard Miss Hallelujah Woods jump in, and she ain't disappoint. Big Sexy didn't disappoint either, and neither did this Mr. Carter. Literally, the only issue I have with this song is that I wish the features were longer. I would have loved hearing Glorilla and Lil Wayne go for a good 8 to 16 bars, especially Wayne. After what we got on Call Me If You Get Lost with Hot Wind Blows, I was so hyped when I heard him, but I was a little disappointed when he only gave a 4 bar. But hey, man, Sticky is still a fucking banger, no matter what. There's an easy way to sum up this entire song, ends with this clip.
Man, look, man. Nobody looking for your bitch ass. Okay? You are a bitch. And it's okay to be a bitch. You could be James Baldwin. Stop trying to be tough. I say that with love. Which camera? I'm right here. You are a bitch.
But that only describes the first verse. Hopefully the clip gave you enough of to what the song could be about as we go into the second verse. We're talking about a pastor, a gay pastor, someone preaching the Bible how homophobia is bad. Meanwhile, they bundled up in the closet. His fear of God made him cover up a huge part of himself to save face, not only with God, but with his wife and his kids, living a double life of ridiculing the same lifestyle he lives, instead of confronting himself, letting his truth, or in this case of the album, letting his light shine, instead of dimming it. The next verse is Tyler talking to his wife / mom. She's living lavishly, 3 kids, rich husband, good car, but she still feels stuck. Her ambitions are gone, her life is good, but she's never done anything worthwhile to say she's satisfied in life. She hasn't fulfilled anything. All the dreams she left behind, she regrets it deeply. She's lost her life. The last verse is Tyler talking to himself, going over his career, the insecurities he's had, and the bad shit he's done that he regrets. That at the end of the day, he needs to let all that go and live his truth. Let his light be free. And right after that song ends with a beautiful chorus sung by Tyler and Daniel Caesar. Let your light be free, man. Wait, Daniel Caesar, didn't you say that one thing? If Tyler's mom asking if she could get one grandkid wasn't enough to let you know what the song could be about, then I don't know. Tyler goes over his stress of deciding whether or not he should have kids right now or not, but he tells his mom to not wait on him to make his decision. In verse 2, he remarks how he loves his friends and how they're making all these memories with their kids and their families. Why he only has his possessions, his Grammy, his awards, but no family to show for it. He asks himself if he should settle down to get those memories and moments, or stay the way he is now. But either way, don't wait on him to decide, because in the end, he'll be fine. Banger alert! Featuring Santa Gold! And Schoolboy Q too. While this song doesn't have any underlying meaning that you guys search for, it's just Tyler talking this shit. But it's arguably the most he's ever talked this shit. And arguably the hardest too. And I loved every second of it. The Thought Was Dead title meaning that he was MIA for so long, he just thought he was dead. When in reality, he was putting in that fucking work to doing even more shit to outdo his last album. And in my opinion, he did that shit with flying colors. Schoolboy Q pulls up for a clean ass verse that at first I thought was Tyler off first listen. I'm not gonna lie to you. And Set to Go was perfect for backing vocals with Tyler on some of the choruses. Besides all that though, I thought was at least top 5 on his album. But with that aside, it's time for the TikTok song, but in my opinion, the magnum opus of this entire album. He has his feet, she says, his body, his arms, his fingers, and even feet. And even his she says he's just like him from head to toe. Tyler's solemn ass vocals give add on to the pain of him being told he looks like his dad, but he can't put a face to all these similarities. In his own words with the chorus on Lola, he's chasing a ghost, someone who isn't even here and he's never seen. On the next verse, he thanks his mom for all that she did, all the love that she gave him, and questions that should be enough since he's gotten this far without his father. So how can he miss something he's never had this much? The third and final verse of this song is fucking soul crushing. As the instrumental builds and builds, as Tyler tells his mom that he would never hide anything from her, and that she should do the same thing. So right after that, at the peak of the instrumental, Tyler and Lola Young belt out one more fucking time out. They have been this whole song. Do I look like him? After that, we get the reveal that hits even harder if you've been a long-time fan of Tyler. That hits even harder if you've never really had that father figure in your life, especially from your biological dad. Tyler's mom revealed that this entire time, these past 30 years he's been alive, that his dad wanted to be there for him. That he was an actual good guy that she pushed away when she was young and apologizes for it. Deep. The man Tyler hated for not being there all these years, thinking that his dad that was a deadbeat that left him and his mom alone, actually wanted to be there from the very start. Now, what would you do in that situation? Like, honestly. Because it's way too late to be mad about it if you think about it. But it's also so insanely heart-crushing that you can't even be just calm about that. Do you do last time or not? Do you seek the nigga out or not? Do you keep moving forward despite this crazy-ass motivation? Honestly, neither option is necessarily wrong. But in the end, no matter what, you can't let this destroy you. And Tyler knows that. He won't let this dim his light. No matter how heartbreaking this is to hear. And that's just in life in general. No matter what gets thrown at you, you can't let this shit dim your light. You can probably imagine the confusion on my face as I just had tears building up in my eyes from Like Him. Only to hear this whimsical ass Mickey Mouse Clubhouse ass beat come on. After drying my snot in tears and listening to this, Balloon ain't that bad. Not at all. It's a way more toned down version of Thought I Was Dead, which isn't a bad thing by any means, because Tyler is still viciously talking this shit on here, but the instrumental is so silly that he just seems like a cutie patootie. Like, how can I be scared of this guy? But that feature, however, I'm gonna keep it so real with y'all. 100 even. I wasn't a really big Doechii guy, especially after that Alter Ego song dropped, and I tried to listen to it.
I'm not feeling it.
So I was shook to see her here, and I was even more shook when she has the best feature on this entire fucking album. I'll air this bitch out like a queen. I'll send your ass back to the streets. I'll spray a whole block with love floor. He gonna eat this pussy out like it's sweet. I hate to say I'm a fan now. Stream Alligator Bites Never Heal. All that out the way, we got the outro left to talk about. And then that's all she wrote. Let's get straight to it. This song gives me Safari vibes from Call Me If You Get Lost, without DJ drama. It's a victory lap to show how far he's come, and a trip down memory lane through this album a bit, as he mentions his fear of commitment again. He talks about his stance in the industry and how he still owed some respect due to how much he's really pushed and changed the culture. And can you really deny that, man? Really? I mean, just we could like Odd Future is literally enough to just show how much he's pushed the culture, like in general. Odd Future is enough. But despite all the disrespect, he's still finna keep pushing out greatness. He's still gonna keep making great music despite his insecurities and faults. Despite his inner conflicts, he's gonna keep moving forward because he's come too far to stop now. He's broken so many boxes that people put him in that he's not gonna get stuck in one now. He's already gotten 2 Grammys. Why not go for 3, 4, 5, 6? Why not keep going? He's made his mom this proud, so why not keep making her smile? In his own words, he's that nigga and that bitch. So why should he dim his life for any fucking body? He shouldn't. And neither should you. If you got this far into the video, thank you, man. Seriously, I appreciate it. I couldn't help myself and not make this video, bro. I really couldn't. I physically couldn't. Like I said before, I couldn't. Especially with some outside sources, aka my friends. He knows who he is. Making fun of me for being the Tyler guy and wanting this video to drop. I just said, fuck it, bro. I'm gonna be the Tyler guy. And I made the video, and now we here. It's a satisfying ass feeling to finally get this video done. Even though it didn't take that long, surprisingly. It only took like a few days. I'm surprised it didn't take longer. I know it's been longer since I uploaded, but shut up. Please shut up. But yapping and bullshitting aside, I really do and always will appreciate you for watching, especially if you got this far. We almost had 3K. We like 70 away. We had 2.9K something. And I really appreciated that if you're new, you help us get to that goal. Help me get there. And help me even get beyond that by sticking around, because trust me, I got more in the tank. This is only the beginning. All that aside, I love y'all, man. Stay safe and just be careful. Peace.
There's one more thing I have to mention.
What is it?
I love you. Bye.